just like what I just said, it's a train. If there is a spine, which is what kind of message the book wants to send to the kids. If you that spine, then follow that spine to the last page of the book, then I don't think you will miss it. And then there's always tons of tricks. The most important thing is that train that I've been talking about. So there has to be a spine. What message does this book give to children? I think the people just tend to go off from the spine and then go like this, and then try to go to the destination, and then that's when the message gets dulled and diluted and confused. So that's one trick. And then I think the second one is that I think I'm like a kid. And then I'm often in my studio, I pretend like I'm a 5-year-old. And then what would 5-year-old Keiko, what would I think if this happens? So that's how I think when I'm writing. So maybe those are the two things that I would say to keep children's attention. And also a change of scenery is important because kids get bored if you are talking about the same thing over and over again. So change of scenery and a quick plot development. Those two things are important. Of course, it's so important for teachers and parents to read books to kids. And but often, Fanel and I were talking in a taxi coming here. Often the books are used to fit curriculum of schools, and then so, for example, what's the title of the Wolf's Chicken Stew?
Sorry?
Wolf's Chicken Stew.
Estofado de lobo.
Okay, in that book, the number 100 is repeated over and over again. So, in the United States, schools use that book for 100 day. There is such a day, okay? So the kids can count all the way to 100. It's a big step to be able to count up to 100. To celebrate that day, they use the Wolf's Chicken Stew. Now that's understandable, and it's not taking away the fun of reading. But if it is used as to fit mathematics curriculum, I don't know. So in a fun way, it is used in the school curriculum, great. But don't force the kids, or don't force teachers to use books to fit in their teaching curriculum. Because I want them to just enjoy the fun of reading. As I said, if it is used in a fun way, I think it's wonderful. But if it is forced, then that takes the fun out of reading.